Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this video and to this live. Should you feel called to open up this video, I hope that all the messages that you receive from this are useful. I hope that they're helpful. Please do comment and let me know how helpful or unhelpful they may be. I really love this work. I love doing tarot. I love divination. And I intend on being helpful. So every comment, every critique, all of it is very helpful for me in order for me to improve my work and align with my intention of uplifting and, yeah, like I said, being helpful. So this reading this evening is intended for I felt called to do this in anticipation of the Scorpio full moon, the tropical Scorpio full moon that's coming up in about a week. But as I put in the description, it's intended to be timeless. I have split this deck that I use, the Intuitive Tarot by Scylla Conway. Shuffled and split into 3 piles. Each pile has 3 cards. I will be flipping over and exploring the 3 cards, then shuffling for 1 extra card for clarification, and then I'll move on to the next pile. I intend on this reading to be as brief as possible. This is the first reading of its kind. I don't know if you can tell. I'm a little bit unprepared, possibly nervous and flustered, but I just felt called to do this, so let's see how it goes. As I said in the description, as you open this video, as you are possibly here with me now as I'm streaming this live, I'm hoping that by now, or if you haven't, do so now with me. Take a deep breath and be present in calm and steady breath, holding the numbers 1, 2, and 3 in your mind's eye, and picking either of those numbers, whichever one calls out to you the most. The number that you pick that calls out to you will be the corresponding pile you choose. And then you will go to the part of the video in which I am mentioning the pile that you choose, and we'll play. So I'll begin with pile 1. To try to separate them, I will hold up, given as well that this is a live stream, I will hold up the deck so that you know, like I said, this is the first of its kind, so I'm not clear on how to edit and cut and chop. I will figure it out though, and I will get better, I promise you. But yeah, that was me signaling that now I'm going to begin pile 1. If you have picked pile 1, these are your cards. We have the 4 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. Let me hold each of them like this so you can engage with the image of the card. This is the 4 of Cups. This is the 3 of Swords. And this is the 6 of Cups. So, off the bat, I'm feeling that either this is something you are dealing with, or it may be something that you will have to gently go through. I'm feeling quite a bit of pain and some regret over a past relationship or connection or situation that you weren't sure of. You weren't sure about whether or not you should have let it go. You may be feeling some kind of nostalgia over it, And possibly this full moon will bring up, it will bring up that nostalgia. It will bring up this feeling of maybe I should go back. Maybe I should go back to that relationship or that situation or scenario. Maybe I was too hasty with letting it go. Maybe I didn't appreciate it enough. There's a split between your heart and your mind, with your mind claiming that it was better off that you let it go, but with your heart thinking that it could have been revived or it could still be revived. This is a very sticky in between, and I'm with you. I really feel for this kind of situation. I know how it feels. I mean, I'm sure we all do. The feeling of either I'm mostly tapping into a feeling of I wish it could have been different. You know? I know this feeling very well. And I'm actually dealing with it myself right now. Wishing that, or as if it's like everything was perfect. Everything was perfect, or it could have been. I don't know if this is a song, but I'm sure someone has sung about this lyric-wise of we could have been great, or it could have been great. It could have been amazing had it just been, or had it looked like, or, you know, congratulations for knowing what is right for you beyond what some possibly unhealed version of you may have thought was right for you, but actually wasn't. It may have been a toxic relationship or a toxic work situation, or something toxic, some toxic scenario that didn't make you feel, as best as you could have. You knew you deserved better. You know you deserve better. And it's as if you're unsure of whether or not there's better out there. There always is, just by the way. You always get exactly what you want. There's always exactly what you want out there for you. Always. Just by the way. I pray that you're reassured of that. Truly. I'm going to pull one more card. Just allowing your angels to take the floor and see what there is to say. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more that I can pull from the top of my head right now. One more card of clarification or guidance or a message of support for pile one. Oh, okay. Yeah, you have to leave it behind. I'm sorry, because this feels like an answer that you didn't really want to hear. It's like you're at the it's almost as if, so just as a personal thing, the whole reason I'm in this anyway, the whole reason I started this was because years ago I was facing this situation. And I was watching tarot video on tarot video, hoping that the reader would give me the answer I'm looking for. So I imagine that with this card falling out, this isn't the answer that you were looking for. You wanted to be told that whatever scenario or thing that you left behind, you can go back and get it. It's yours and da-da-da. But no, I'm sorry. You have to let it go. And congratulations on having taken the first step to know that this isn't for you. It's not for you. But there is better. There's definitely better for you. There's always, always better. And I'm sure that you know this. It's a matter of convincing your heart and working through the layers of pain and trauma that attracted that kind of toxicity in the first place. Sorry, I just need to put those there because no one deserves the kind of toxicity that you possibly experienced, and the confusion and the lack of clarity. It's like you were engaging with someone or a situation that didn't really want you. You deserve better, definitely. So please look towards the future of the hope of that better coming. It's as if you are this person here. You are this figure here, and this spilled cup on the floor is this scenario relationship that you are struggling to let go of, that you don't want to leave behind. But what is coming for you, what you actually want and what you actually deserve is right there. It's right there. But it takes work. And know that your angels are with you in the work that it takes to process all of this. I'm sure that this is what it feels like to some extent, like a blade through your heart. That's what it felt like for me when I was chronically online watching tarot videos. That's exactly what it felt like for me. I hope you understand. I hope you see that you're sailing to better horizons, to a light. You will get it. Good luck. Try journaling and writing all of your feelings down. Cry about it as often as you can so that you can let go of it. It feels like it's stuffed in your heart and it's like clogged up. You need to release. You need to release and keep releasing and crying and breathing and possibly exercising, sweating it out. Don't go back. Don't go back. Okay. That is pile 1. I'm now going to pile 2. Pile 2. We have, these are interesting. We have the Emperor. We have the 10 of Cups. And then we have the 5 of Discs. This is interesting. Seems like a lot of us are dealing with, we're dealing with emotions, love, relationships. Yeah, I didn't want to be too specific in group 1 because I wanted to keep it as broad as possible because you know how the universe speaks in metaphors. But it looks like a lot of us are going to be dealing with this relationship thing. So I'm feeling father wounds. Oh, this is mucky. It's mucky because again, something, not to spill my tea, but it's something I know relatively well. Father wounds and abandonment issues that your father may have triggered within you via his lack of presence, or just his terrible fathering, and how this kind of these abandonment issues. Okay. There's a question that I saw that I've posted via my Instagram where an artist, brilliant artist, South African artist named Desire, they post the question to say that they're exploring the idea of why it is that they have always lacked love for themselves. So it's the question, why don't I love myself? Why haven't I loved myself? Why has it always been such a struggle? And these cards are telling me, I'm feeling that these cards are the answer for you, group 2, which is that it possibly has to do with your family structure. This broken nuclear family. Like I said, not to spill my tea, but I know what this looks like. So the root of how deeply it can affect you when your dad is a piece of shit. Basically, sorry. So yeah, and particularly when it is that your father, when you don't know what it feels like to receive a sense of material living security from a caretaker in your life who represents a balanced masculine energy. It affects the way you believe you deserve things. It affects what you think you deserve. It affects your ability to dream, to hope. It affects your ability to actually action out things and go after the things that you want, so that you have a dream, you have an idea, but then there's a greater nervousness in you that says, oh no, I can't do that. Or what if these problems show up? What am I going to do if, oh no, but I can't. Analysis paralysis. This is what a broken or messed up father figure or masculine energy in your life does to you. So issues of abandonment may come up to be addressed this coming full moon. And it may bring up the way in which you have abandoned yourself, in the way in which you've learned how to abandon yourself. It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't on purpose. And I hope that you can forgive yourself, or learn how to forgive yourself better, learn how to be there for yourself. I'm also receiving the message of maybe you questioning why it is that every masculine, or why it is that your partners in general always leave you. Oh God, it's like I'm reading for myself. Why it is that you always attract, partnership that doesn't know how to stick around. One small problem comes and then it's like they never promised. It's like all of those promises they made of commitment and building a future and all of that. It's like none of that is real. The way the way that they're so prepared to leave you, abandon you, possibly be mean to you, or withhold a sense of security and words of reassurance, the way they can flip you around like that, it's as if what they promised you in partnership wasn't true. Or even in friendship, this may be an issue that you face in friendship. But just in general, your connections, you seem to pick people who just aren't reliable and who just don't know how to stick around, and who don't make you feel safe. And I'm sorry to go there, but it's because you don't do it for yourself. And like I said, this is my own tea. I am reading for myself. And I had a lot of personal work to do in understanding all the ways in which I abandoned myself. And I did not give myself, I was not reliable to my own self. I was willing to abandon my own self for all of these men who I seek partnership from, and even friendships. I was very quick to abandon myself in the name of the other. And possibly the Scorpio full moon will highlight how it is, all the ways in which you need to learn how to not do that to yourself anymore, so that you can start pulling in relationships that can reflect that can truly reflect what it is that you deserve. And no longer this sense of abandonment and this lack of security, because you deserve this. You deserve the security. You deserve the security. And even if it is that you're walking through the desert, you deserve to have someone by your side when working through it, when walking through these deserts. But you first have to understand and be by your own side. It's complicated. It's a very complicated thing to put into like 3D standard words because it's very layered. But overall, if you can just be patient with yourself and continue to, or surrender to what may come up about all the ways in which you learned how to abandon yourself as a child. I'm going to pull one card for clarification, for support, any message of upliftment. You are strong. You are very strong. This full moon will bring a lot of shadow work, as I've been unpacking, but you are strong enough to do it. You are strong enough. There is nothing bigger than you. There is no sense of darkness or no feeling of loneliness, because that's what may also be coming up during this full moon. Just a very deep-rooted sense of loneliness. And is it me against the world? Truly, it is not. It isn't. But even if it may be you against the world, you are strong enough to tame a lion. You have everything you need in you. You have all of this within you. Within you. It just seemed like the only thing that was missing in the equation was your inner masculine. I hope that these understandings reach you, because the duality of the inner feminine and the inner masculine, the words often get lost in translation, and a lot of people get very touchy about using those words, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Just that overall, you can do it. You have some shadow work ahead of you, but you will overcome it. You've got it. You're looking towards the light. This figure is looking towards the light, vulnerable, naked, on a roaring lion. Like, come on. You know what I mean? This is power. You are powerful. That is the message. You are powerful. Your angels, your ancestors, whoever it is that you believe in, your own universe needs you to know this and remember this as you go through this. As I suggested to group 1, and as I think is the solution for everyone, because it's, Scorpio full moon coded, journaling, subconscious work, asking yourself really tough, painful questions, and providing a safe space for your own self to explore it. So I suggest doing all of this in front of a candle. Setting the tone for it, praying before you do it, using words such as calling out to your ancestors or your higher self, whatever God you believe in, to provide the space for you to work through this. Let them know I am about to do shadow work. I am about to journal, ask myself really tough questions. Please provide a safe incubator for me to explore these feelings and come up with a good answer. Be ready to cry. Crying is good. It's magical. It's medicinal. So is the shadow. Your shadow is your friend. It's all your friend. Sheesh. This doesn't sound like it's going to be a fun full moon at all. Pile 3. Pile 3, the final pile. Oh, God. Okay. Oh my gosh, I was hoping for at least one, but each and every pile just has this, the devil. Each and every pile has the shadow aspect, this like underworld discovery and just darkness that we will overcome. Darkness that we will overcome. So for this pile, we have the 3 of rods, the devil, as I showed, and the Queen of rods. So I am immediately feeling into the fact that you are a very beautiful, magnetic person. Shout out. But your magnetism has something. Your magnetism is a bit dangerous. And it has its own. It comes with its own shadows and darkness and demons that need to be addressed. It need to be addressed. To be blunt, you are very good at manipulating people. And you're very good at getting your way. And there may be something that you need to explore about what happens when you don't get your way. And there are some new... There may be a situation that occurs where you expect for it to go your way. You expect to get your way in every way, but you don't. And it brings out this in you that you will need to tame and face, accept, make room for, and maybe turn into something new, alchemize. But mostly accept it about yourself. So this will be a particularly introspective full moon for you, group 3. You may be someone who isn't used to being alone, or who is not used to being alone, or is used to being with friends. You're used to going out. You're used to having your fun. Consider staying at home this full moon. I wonder what day it will be. I'd like to just check that. Okay, it's going to be a Monday. Consider writing a poem, creating something, creating some kind of art. You have a lot of sexual energy as well that needs to be expressed in other ways besides having sex. And like I said, besides being able to like pull on people's energy, I'm really seeing the image of someone who's very, very beautiful and very used to like pulling someone in. You're very good at dancing with people energetically. You may be actually good at dancing, but point is, you're very sexy. You're very like your aura is very, very, very magnetic. And as I said, it's going to have its dangers if you don't start respecting it and using it wisely. This may be a strange one. I don't know how you'll receive this, but your magnetism may come from some other, from a separate entity that works with you. Sorry, I don't know enough about that to actually speak on it, but I have heard and seen that with a lot of people who are attractive like this, they have they are especially connected to other worlds, and those other worlds have entities, beings, and energies that they draw from without even knowing it. It's like how some people say some men are concubines, and they use their energy without knowing it for their own purposes, and they they suck energy out of some women who are none the wiser. I don't know. I can't, I don't want to speak I don't want to be too forward about what that could be. Sorry. Hello, Lotus. I'm sorry, I'm only seeing your message now. I don't have the live chat stream. Sorry, let me ground myself again. Yeah. I have to say, group 3 though, that this is possibly you're coming up as the most empowered out of all 3 groups, in that you are really in total control. You're coming at this full moon with no sense of victimhood, which is incredible, which I'm learning from you. So yeah, you are you are bad. Like, shout out. I really love that. I really love your kind of energy. Like I said, I admire it deeply. I've been trying to learn from it and study it for a while. Yeah, try to get control of that though. Your magnetism is the kind that can get you into trouble. Trouble that you don't want. So yeah, as I said, instead of having sex and trying to get what you want out of people, instead of trying to play with other people's free will, play with your own mind. Play with your own creative power. Make something. Do something. Write something. Sing something. Speak something. I'm specifically getting, though, that you should write something. I've suggested to the other groups that journaling could be useful. But as I started your reading with, I'm pretty sure I suggested that you write a poem or something. And who knows, maybe that poem could be something that you, randomly enter into like a poetry competition or some shit, and then it wins. Shit like that. Like, it could be useful in the future. Or it could be something that reveals truths about you that are unseen to you right now, but will be in some time to come. Yeah, very, very powerful energy. This is incredible. I think it's such a huge deal that you walk your life without being a victim and knowing that you're not. However, with this full moon, you may be revealed parts of yourself that still think that you're a victim. And maybe your magnetism is in fact rooted in fear of being a victim, in which case you will have to unpack and deal with, explore. But you do have an innate understanding, and you have an innate understanding of power. You're not naturally a victim to situations, and that's incredible. I'm receiving like something, I'm actually receiving Scorpio energy here. Maybe Libra or Aquarius or Gemini, Aquarius, Gemini. Yeah, very powerful, very beautiful, very magnetic. Ugh, I love it. I have such a crush on your aura. It's incredible. Let me pull one card. It's a message of guidance, upliftment, understanding. Oof, see that? I'm one card, please. Many cards pulled out. Your angels have a lot to say to you. You have a lot of energy, lots and lots of energy. Lots of energy waiting to burst out. Yeah, you have a lot of energy to work with right now. That's all I've got. One card, please. One card of upliftment or final message for group 3. Suggestion on what they can do with their energy. All right, so you get the 2 card special. I asked for 1. It fell out like this. And then I realized afterwards that there was a card beneath it. So this is a, I mean, I can just touch on this to say you are walking towards success. You are going to be successful in everything that you do and everything that you choose. Whatever speed bump comes with this subconscious fear, shadow exploration that may approach with this coming full moon, trust that you'll be able to overcome it. You've got this. I mean, you know you've got this. You know you've got this. Yeah. Oof. I'd like to read the interpretation of this card. Because I don't want to be too cross in what this card signifies, and yeah. Yeah. I wish I knew the character that I could reference. Yeah. The interpretation of this card is a highly intelligent, effective, disciplined woman, self-sufficient and independent with a subtle and keen mind. Clear thinking and analytical, she cuts to the chase. Intolerant and aware of the foibles of others, she often expects more from herself than from those around her. Needs a purpose or a cause, often a loner, and can sometimes be the other woman, which I think speaks to your magnetism. Not that you are like the other woman, but I'm saying the other woman, in the way that I have experienced her, at least in stories and in real life, is very magnetic, very beautiful, and like I mentioned, is someone who's used to getting what she wants. There's a sentence here that I would like to read. The queen has learned wisdom the hard way, as shown by a certain sadness and distance in her demeanor. You may see her as arrogant and self-righteous, but under that there is an innate sense of justice and a deep kindness. I just want to point out that gaze of sadness and exhaustion in her eyes. I just want to point it out. She's beautiful and adorned. She's got jewels and she's clearly very strong, gorgeous. She's prepared for any dangers. She's in control, gorgeously and magnificently in control of her, of most of her circumstances. But there's still a longing and a sadness and some kind of yearning in her that needs to be addressed. Just be aware. Be aware of your intentions. Be aware of the root of everything that you do. Even the way you use your magnetism and your power, your clear thinking. It may be rooted in some kind of sadness that you were running away from in exercising your magnetism and your power. Whatever it is that you think you may have tried to run away from, or whatever it is that you think you had control over, that you will always have control over, you may not have that kind of control this coming full moon, and it's okay. It's okay. Let go of that. Let go of the need to be in control and try to surrender through something that you create. Try to be creative. Do the act of like sitting in front of a blank canvas with paints and colors or a pen or whatever and just go crazy. Draw, doodle, write, whatever. Let yourself be free and explore yourself in that act. Yeah, lots of self-introspection. All right. And those are all the piles. thank you again for being present for this reading. I felt called to do it. I hope it was helpful. Like I said, I love this work and I seek to improve, get better, connect, build community. So please don't hesitate to leave a comment, reach out to me via my socials. And yeah, I'll see you next time.